Well, welcome back. Hopefully this is all working. Let me see if I can get this going over here. And we'll get into this. Here we are. So as you guys can see, there's some mail here. We'll get into that shortly. There's a couple of letters and a few packages, but we'll just set that down for now. Talk about that in a minute. Welcome everybody. So I didn't do a 70K live, y'all. I think I was down in the Ozarks riding motorcycles with Greg at the time, but figured I'd do one tonight. I've kind of had a busy few days. This morning I helped the homie Greg, who I was down there with. I helped him pour some concrete in his front yard. So that took up a little bit of time. And I had some issues with the truck. Madjack 815. Cheers. Hello from Northern California. Love all the videos. Cheers. Appreciate the donation, man. I'll crack this open and get back into the story. What do we got here? Council's Kolsch, German style Kolsch, product of the USA. This was made in Council Bluffs, Iowa. So we're going to sip on these tonight. From Full Fledged Brewing Company. But yeah, back to the truck for a second. Took the truck in for an oil change, had a tire rotation, and all the wheels got damaged on the truck. I'm not going to mention the name of the place because it doesn't matter. They made things right away. And I already have a new set of wheels on the truck, and I already have a check in the bank to pay for it all. So that was pretty nice. But that also means I have 4 spare wheels sitting in my garage that are identical to the ones on the truck. So now I'm like, do I build a trailer and set it on 35s to match, which would be cool, but I don't know. So if you guys have suggestions for that, let me know about that. But yeah. So yeah, and I broke my camera. There's my busted one. New one's in the mail, guys. So we'll get that. All right, let's get to some of these comments. Rodney from Indiana. Faye, what's up? Jiggles be wild. Got the popcorn beer. Step 3. Super duper. Oh. Nick versus the universe. You reported the scammer, by the way. Yeah, guys. If you didn't see the community post and you haven't seen it on other channels, there's like rampant scams in the comments. I'm never going to contact you like via the comment section and be like, hey, you want something? I think what they're looking for is they get your information and they're going to try to get you for shipping money or something to ship you your prize, but it's not going to happen. So don't do that. Sonny Hodges, a teardrop would be kind of cool, but that'd be tall on 35s. Johnny Appleseed, no 35s on the trailer, but you got to. Like, I could do it, is the thing. I'm really undecided about it, though. Like, I've already had a buddy of mine offer to buy them, because they're really not that bad. I guess what happened was when they were using whatever they were using to take the wheels off, they had too deep of a socket on the lug key, and so there's a ring around every lug hole where they ran the impact into the wheel. And it's really honestly not terrible, but every single wheel was damaged, so they paid for them, which is great, dude. It was a painless experience, but yeah, like they're perfectly runnable is the thing. But yeah, the sway factor, but it would be cool. It would be cool. Yeah, Kyle Baxter, go big or go home. That's my thought. And then you also have full size spares, because I'd have the 2 trailer wheels and a spare on the trailers plus a spare on the truck, and I'm working a little harder on that right now than I have for a while to get a spare put on there, but I don't know. Darren Sotelo, how does the Thermacell work? Thermocell usually works all right. The other night, the last night at camp, it was not working, and I had that out there, but the bugs were out there just super, super thick. They haven't been that thick in a long time, but 90% of the time it works, and it really helps for like mosquitoes and stuff like that. Like maybe these bugs just weren't bugs that were affected by that. I don't know. 90% of the time it works great. That night it did not work the greatest. Nick versus the universe. I inspire you to be camping. That's awesome. Get out there and camp. Uh, just got to get out there and do it. You don't need a ton of stuff to do it. I've got a couple things coming up that are going to be pretty basic, not with the truck. So, Daryl Nichter ever thought about using a fogger around camp? Not really, but I guess I could get like the fogger spray. That's never really crossed my mind. It has crossed my mind to get like a bug zapper. They make like portable bug zappers now. That wouldn't be bad to use. Nick's Random Adventures, you broke your pole. That sucks. I've done that a few times. But all right, let's grab a piece of mail down here and see what we got. This one's from Art and Kim in Pickerington, Ohio. You eat outdoors, you like the cooking and the movie selection. Awesome. I thoroughly enjoy sitting in there watching movies. Some people are like, what are you doing? I'm enjoying my time. That's what I'm doing. All right, what do we got here? This looks like a long letter. Okay. So it says, love the show. Here are a few of my camping meals that I used to make for my Boy Scout group. They love them all. Be safe and have fun out there. Yeah, and then we've got, I don't know if this is him. Must be. Aladdin Shriners. He's a member of the Shriners. If you guys can see that. Hopefully he doesn't mind me putting his card out there. We've got a recipe for walking tacos, cowboy casserole, and some hobo burgers. So we'll definitely give these a shot. We'll do that. Well, thank you, Art. I appreciate it. We'll give those a try. And the Shriners are cool, man. I always enjoyed the parade stuff that you guys did when I was growing up. We'll open another letter quick. This is the only other letter. It says BCC. I think it's RW, California. I don't know what RW is, but we'll give this one an open. Cheers, everybody, if you're just joining in. Just chilling tonight. What this is. I don't know what this is. So it's something that says, thank you for your purchase. Oh, there's something in here. Must be a sticker. Oh, there we go. So this is kind of a generic card, I believe. Yeah. And it's a little lava lamp sticker. We've got the lava lamp going right there. I started it early enough this time. That's cool. We'll throw that on the cooler for sure. I do not have the cooler down here though. Thank you. If you're the owner and you sent this to me, I appreciate it. Brian, here, I guess I can show this to you guys. Yeah. Brian Case Creative. Yeah, check them out. You guys can see that. Thank you for the sticker. Put that back in there so I don't lose it. What did we miss here? Ken Steffens, cheers. Thank you for the donation. All right, what we got going on down here? Mike, you're blurry. You might have to turn up on your settings, go to quality, because it's streaming in 720p. I'm clear here. Yeah. Jasmine Santiago, does your wife ever accompany you on every your truck adventures? Yes, she does. She doesn't want to be on video. There's a handful of videos where she's there in the background, like the cabin videos. Many times she's in those. And we've got a couple trips planned. We've got a cool one that's fairly local, staying in something interesting in the fall planned out, but she's just not keen on being on camera, that's her decision. Maybe one of these days. It's up to her. So no, she goes, just not as often as I go. The truck is set up for 2 people. I do have an identical bed. There is a video on the channel. I don't remember what the title is if you want to see that, but I pull the little cabinet out, and then there's a bed that goes in there, and there is a spot in the middle that we can sit up if we need to. Lon Bowers, cheers. Thank you for the donation. Ken Steffens, cheers again. Thank you for the donation. J.R. Johnson, you about ready for some more MREs? I think I might still have one left. It's probably over there. I'm actually going to probably be using, I don't know if it probably won't be a military style MRE, but I've got a couple of videos planned that'll be a little bit different. Yeah, and like I'm getting the dang spare tire mounted yesterday. I want it done yesterday. So I'm looking for a local guy to help make a bumper. So Ricky Ruddle, shout out Rick and Casey. Cheers. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. All right, let's grab another package down here. This one's been sitting here for a little while. It says Qualtry out of Linden, Utah. It's probably just the shipper address. Ken Steffens, cheers, man. Appreciate it. Nicholas Schmidt, what piece of gear do I use the most? Probably the cooler, honestly. Cooler and like sleeping bag and the truck. But like other gear, I use my chair a lot. The really basic stuff. So right here, this is a $100 wine voucher from nakedwines.com. A personalized black 10-ounce travel mug. There's a box in here. God, dang. That it? Just some packaging. I think we've got a mug in here. I use the power supply to power my lights, Jim, yeah. Oh, it's engraved. It says Crazy Quady on it. Polar Camel mug. Polar Camel. I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't know how far behind my camera is down here. It's kind of far behind, but I want to make sure you can see that. It looks like it's laser engraved. It says Crazy Quady, and then there's a C on it. Yeah, you guys can see that. And then it's a lid. So it's like a little tumbler glass. It's embossed on the bottom. Thank you. Appreciate that. And there's a $100 wine voucher. So it's $100 off any case of wine priced at $160 or more. I assume these go in with every order, probably. But no note other than that. I appreciate it. Thank you to whoever sent this in. That's cool. Thank you. Alexandria, cheers. Thank you for the donation. All right. We'll leave that up here. I don't have anything that I can mix and put in there right now, I don't think. What did I saw something up here. Oh, David Ramirez, what camera do you use? Well, I was using on a regular basis this Sony ZV-1, and I had an Ulanzi just stick-on lens on the front, because this is just a point and shoot. But if you can see that, if you missed the last video, I broke it. So I've got a Sony ZV E10 on the way with a couple of different lenses, so I should be able to get some cooler shots. It's basically an upgrade above this one, having a removable lens. This one is just stick-on to give it a little bit wider shot because it's just a point and shoot. But other than that, I use my phone, which is Galaxy S22 Ultra, and I use a GoPro Hero 10, and just kind of mix everything together. But 90% of the stuff was that camera. Barbara Gamanchi, leave the cup in the truck. This one will stay in the truck. And this can fit in a drawer too, which is nice. I'll put this one in the truck. I'm tempted to put that lava lamp sticker on it, but that needs to go on the cooler. Ben shotgun. I don't know if I want to shotgun a beer tonight. It's a Monday night. Redneck cooking TV. When you going noodling? I don't know if I'd consider it, but I don't know about all that. Somebody that knows what they're doing is sticking their hand in that hole first if I go do any of that stuff. Well, thanks, Barbara. I appreciate that. Thank you for the cup. That's cool. That's really cool. The engraving is very, very nice. Perfect little cup. I appreciate that, Barbara. Thank you. Grady, don't drop the sausage again. So I had 3 skewers in that, and somehow how I was holding it, just the middle skewer let go, and the sausages fell in, but both the other skewers were on there. So, yeah. One-armed gunner do a Moab, Utah trip. I'd like to. And maybe we'll get into that. There is one video of me in there's one night I camped at Sand Hollow Reservoir, and there's another night I camped kind of out in the middle of nowhere down there, and a mouse got in my truck. Those are like a year old. So go check those out if you haven't seen those yet. But yeah, there's a couple videos from out there, but I really didn't do any wheeling or anything like that. Julio, that's great. Ben, the next video will probably be on Thursday night. I don't have anything right now. There was a couple things that I was going to film, but I did not get to them. And then with the other stuff that I had to do with the truck and the pouring the concrete and stuff, I just have not had time to film anything lately. So probably Thursday. What am I doing for the 4th of July? Tiny Ferry. I don't know, watching fireworks somewhere. I thought about getting fireworks and going outside and blowing some off, but I do not have any. Wait, do I have fireworks? I can't do those on camera. There's probably some that they're not going to work on film because it's too light outside, but John, thinking about coming out to Yosemite in California. I'd love to. I thoroughly enjoyed California last year, but I didn't film a ton while we were there. Like I was on the boat with my family, and we were just kind of doing that stuff, and I should have filmed more of it, and I didn't. And then there was a bunch of fishing that I filmed, and we didn't catch anything, but I should have used some of that footage, and I did not. So I definitely want to get back out there. The homie Making Magic Fishing that I went out there and saw and slept in his driveway, he might be coming back here. And so we might do some camping if he can come back, but we'll see. Grady Cooper, any plans on a van build or something new? Definitely possible. And I do have an extra set of wheels I could put on something too. So that's been on my mind also, besides a trailer. Sean Wagner, it's awesome seeing a YouTube star in Nebraska. Keep up with the videos. I appreciate it, but there's plenty of Nebraska guys that are doing much bigger things than me at this point. So if you've never seen any of their videos, like Pig Patrol TV, if you like fishing, check him out. Jordan Schmidt does fishing. God, I'm going to feel bad because I'm going to just forget people. My homie, Greg, from the motorcycle videos, the Midwest Family. There's the homie Brock, Barnyard Garage. There's Flair. Flair's big. I don't know if he lives in Iowa right now or Nebraska. I think he has plenty of properties in both states, but Flair, like there's a bunch of other dudes out there, and they're doing cool stuff too. I'm not the only one. I'm not the first one. So shout out to the guys that came before me. Missed one down here. Ray Provencio. Cheers. Thank you for the donation. Gary, you ordered the Napa awning. Awesome. Dude, that thing works great. Like, I'm really leery personally to put it out in the wind. I would like to get some better tent stakes to put down. And Kelvin gave me some 3D printed like tarp lock things. And I don't know if those will be better than the little like adjuster things that are on the rope. But that's definitely possible. Yeah, I'm just leery to put it out in the wind, so I don't use it a ton, but it's worked great, and it's great to just have it there and have it ready to use it. Daniel Strickland, Fishing More. Yes, I definitely watch Fishing More's videos. He's a Minnesota boy, though. I've messaged him on Instagram. There's a potential that I'll go up there and see him. I don't know, but Brett Wobno, how many hot sauces do I have? There's a lot of hot sauce in the fridge right now from the last video, the last live stream. I've used a couple of them on live or on videos. I had one with me the other night when I made the dogs on the fire, but I did not use it. That barbecue sauce was amazing. That is the best barbecue sauce that I've ever had. Yeah. The barbecue sauce from the last video. I was even telling one of my buddies about it today, Greg, while we were doing the concrete work. Best barbecue sauce I've ever had. I want to try that on some other stuff. He can smoke meats. He's got a smoker. I want to use that on some smoked meats, but Ken Steffen, Shotgun a Beer, $20 donation. You got to pay up first. I don't know if I want to shotgun one of these. I could do it. It's pretty, it's not bad. Rachel Williams, do I love camping more than fishing? I like them the same. I just don't fish as much as I used to. There's a lot of times where I don't have my poles with me or I'm in a different state and I don't want to pay for a fishing license. I bought an Iowa fishing license, so I have a couple of spots marked out that I'd like to go hit in Iowa coming up fairly quickly and kind of get some more use out of that one. And I mentioned in another video that I finally got the boat batteries charged. I got to start that thing. I got to get that thing out or I just got to sell it. But I have a feeling it's not going to start. I could probably just try to crank it in the garage and it won't hurt it, but I don't know. The idea of having a boat is more fun than actually having a boat, I feel like, at least for me. It's a lot of work, I'll be honest with you. Ken Steffens. All right. I guess I got to do it, right? Joel Thompson. Yes, Iowa. Oh, man. All right. We're going to do it. I told myself I wasn't going to do this. You guys have been kicking ass. Cheers to all the new people here. It's kind of a tradition, I guess, now at this point to shotgun a beer on a live stream. Don't necessarily want to use my knife for that, but Billy, I just saw one that went by really fast. Come to Maine. That's Maine is really high on my list. Um, once I get this tire on there, dude. Once I get this spare tire on, I'm gonna feel a whole lot more confident to just send it. Like I have been driving around without a tire on, without a spare tire for entirely too long. But I'm also kind of an idiot, if you guys can't tell. Rod vlogs. Am I into Sprinter vans? I'd love a van, but I really want a four-wheel drive van, and I really love classic vans. I don't know. Like it's so much easier to. It would be so much easier to go buy a Suburban to get something with pass-through. Obviously, you cannot stand up in it, but I don't know. We shall see. Well, cheers, everybody. We're gonna shotgun this Council's Kolsch, a Council Tucky Kolsch. There's my wife. What's up? Keep going. Oh, you want to see this?
Yeah.
Do you have anything you'd like to say to everybody?
Very cool. Hi.
My wife appreciates you guys probably just as much as I do. All right.
Absolutely.
That's sitting on top there. That's kind of a heavy beer, y'all. Ugh. Ohio Guns and Deals. My phone's squawking. I didn't turn my phone volume down. The 2 best days of a boater's life. Yes. The day he buys it and the days he sells it. To be honest with you, like 90% of the time I would be using it by myself, and I don't really want to like do all that. It's more fun to use with other people. That boat is also kind of small and it's a little tippy, which isn't the greatest. I'd love to have a pontoon, but I can't put a pontoon boat in the garage, so storage is an issue. So I don't know. But it's also like that boat was super cheap, so it's like it doesn't matter if it sits in the garage. Like it was so cheap that I don't have basically any money into it at all. You know, in the grand scheme of things, I stole that thing, to be honest with you. But I need an electric motor. I want an electric outboard on the back of that thing. That would be awesome. If there's anybody that's hooked up with a company that's making electric outboards, like it's got a 25 horse, that would be like a higher than a 25 horse or something. It can take a 25 to 40. Man, an electric outboard, like a full-on electric outboard on that boat would be amazing. Wreckage Revival, do I have an aquarium? No, I thought about it once. My wife talked me out of it. She also doesn't want me to get a dog either. Now she's giving me the stank eye from over there. She's at her desk. Bolita Outdoors, camping and fishing at Lake Mead. That would be cool. Keith, yeah, and the kayak is easier. I've honestly thought about going down to a 10-foot kayak because I have a 12-footer. They make the same kayak in a 10-foot, and my wife has a 12-foot, so I could just, we'd have her 12 if I wanted to use that, if it was necessary, and then have something a little bit smaller to carry around. Like I'd go down to an 8-foot just to be able to carry it around a little bit easier. So yeah, I'd seriously consider selling the boat, but it's also one of those like I couldn't replace it at this point for probably double what I paid for it. So like you kind of want to just keep it, but Daniel Strickland, what's my favorite state to explore? That's hard to say. They're all great to explore. Like every state has cool stuff to see. I I joined another motorcycle camping group on Facebook like less than a week ago, and I have found like so many more spots to camp at than I have found anywhere else from this motorcycle camping group. So there's a bunch of cool spots in Kansas that I'd like to hit that I had no idea were there. But you know, I've recently found a bunch of stuff in Kansas. So yeah. Henry, how much is a kayak? You can get them from Walmart or like Menards or your big box stores for like less, you know, a couple $100 maybe on average, or you can spend like 5 grand. It's all what you want to do with it. Ken, I'm not shotgunning 2 more beers. I cannot do that tonight. A lot of you guys want to know what the favorite thing is. I don't know if like I'm not stuck on any favorite thing. Um, who was that? K North. Love to see your dinners. So what's your favorite? Whatever's good at the time, whatever the vibe is at the time, you know, just enjoy it. Um, Rarely do I have anything that I don't like. I wonder if they can hear. You guys got to be able to hear that squawk. That's like my text notification. All right, let's just grab something else to open. This is from Bob in Iowa. We were just talking about Iowa. Wreckage, do I have a Blackstone? I do not. Um, I mean, they sound cool, but a lot of that stuff, like I would never carry it around with me. There's like I keep things pretty simple. Don't want to put that address out there. Yeah, I wouldn't. I just probably wouldn't carry it around with me. I'd use it a couple times and probably never use it again. What do we got? Is this mustard? Yeah, Denison mustard, the must of mustards, made in Iowa since 1885. We've got a note here. I suggest you dump the Grey Poupon, LOL, and use this mustard instead. This was made for many years outside of Manila, Iowa. It's now made a few miles down the road. Whatever came of the kids in the boat at the X-Rex area, he knew where it was. That's cool. They made it out. They must have made it out in the next video when I met the Officer Cisco. He went and he had people look for him, and they were fine. They didn't find the boat. Like they never got reports of anything. You know, they made it out that night. Somebody drove the boat away, or somebody drove the truck away. But and then we've got a recipe here. Okay, 1 part mustard, usually in 1 part mayo, tablespoon and cheese. Makes for a very good topping for use on veggie packets on a fire. Great show, Bob. Well, thanks, Bob. Mustard looks good. Denison mustard. I'll give that a shot. It definitely has the good spicy look that the Grey Poupon has. So, cheers, thank you for that. And I'm like burping over here from the last shotgun. What we got down here? Over. What am I missing? Wreckage Revival. Top thing I recommend to bring for camping. Never forget your lighter. Whatever makes you comfortable. Like you need water, you need shelter, and a comfortable place to sleep. Like that's what you need. Outside of that, you really don't need anything else. So whatever makes you comfortable laying on the ground or wherever you're gonna sleep at. If it's summer, you want a bug net most places. Like, yeah, whatever makes you comfortable. You Balta Outdoors, you watched the one chip challenge. That was rough. I don't know if I want to ever do that again. But I made it through it. But I don't know. Jocelyn Holland, do I ever get spooked camping alone? Not really. Every once in a while you'll think you'll hear some random thing because you got the windows open, but most of the time it's probably just a deer or something walking through the trees. No, not really. I try not to put myself in just random situations, but no, not really. I've never came home like, oh, that was scary. No, I don't know. I sleep at campgrounds. I just find the campgrounds where nobody else is at, and I'm also in Nebraska. Like I think maybe different states or different areas. Yeah, there might be some weird people wandering around, but no, I've never really been bothered by anybody. Yeah, Glenn the mouse. The mouse was probably the scariest one because I woke up and I didn't know what was going on. But once I saw what it was, I knew that I could crush it because I'm a big man. So it was more just get this thing out of here. Yeah, McCamey 22. If I camped in grizzly country, that would have been a different story. Thankfully, that was not grizzly country. And I didn't have my bear spray ready, but yeah, Mick. Luckily, I haven't had that issue. Terry Minter, how long would I ever go on a camping trip? I don't know. Last summer, this time last summer was my longest one. Was it 2 months? Month and a half? 3 months?
3 weeks.
3 weeks. Oh, 3 weeks. Yeah, 3 months is a long time. So 3 weeks is the longest I've just stayed straight on the road. But I could definitely do longer. Dark Knight. No, I ordered a new camera. It'll be here in a couple of days. So there's going to be a couple of videos come out that'll just be GoPro or my phone. They'll be all right. You want a beer? You want a shotgun beer? No. Randall. Yeah, she does. She's sitting over there. Very rarely does she go in the truck anymore. Most of the time we go, it'll be a cabin, but we've got some trips planned. She just doesn't want to be on the camera. Mike Cinema, any tips for somebody trying to get into fishing? Worm and a bobber. Worm and a bobber. Try to keep it a foot off the ground. So worm and a bobber, cast it out there. If your bobber doesn't stand up, I like the bobbers that stand up, the longer ones and not just the little circle ones. So then you can really tell if it's on the bottom. Because if your bait's sitting on the bottom, the bobber will lay flat. So, or if the fish hits it on an upstrike, the bobber will go flat. But that's a little bit in there. But yeah, so you can really see if you can kind of adjust your bait up and down to see if it's sitting on the bottom or if it's up. Most of the time, worm and a bobber, foot or two off the bottom, you should catch something. Really easy. John Wilkins, come to Washington State. Yeah, it's been a while. What, like 2014 was probably the last time we were in Washington? 2015 maybe? I've been to Washington before, but I've never camped there. 2012?
Maybe.
So maybe 10 years ago? Wow, we are old. Anna, would I ever get back into powerlifting? Doubtfully. My leg, it's kind of awkward. It's somewhat hard for me sometimes to watch the videos when I'm editing because I feel like I walk funny. And my right leg is not as straight as it was prior to me breaking it. My foot sticks out at an angle a little bit more. So yeah, I feel like I walk like a goon sometimes. But what do? If I straighten my foot out, then I'm walking like knock-kneed. Is that what you call it? My knee's inside. So I got one foot that's like this, and then my right foot's kind of like this, and it's not great, but at least I can walk. So no, I would probably not get into powerlifting because my knee hurts enough as it is. Open another package here, guys. Noodles and sardines, 8.10. That's not bad. Fireside, South Carolina. Have I ever been to South Carolina? I think I've driven through South Carolina. Possibly. Never stayed there. I drove to Florida years ago with that truck. I think I mentioned it on like every live stream. Probably. I don't know what this is. Corn cob fisherman hat. So the note says, Mike, be glad this is a beach hat. The first option was the ear of corn game fan hat. Going easy on you this time. Rick from Omaha. Night Sky and Hikes on Instagram. Love your channel. Cheers. From Trev. So, some sort of hat. I gotta put the hat on, I guess. Oh, it's like a booty hat with corn cobs on it. Look at that, y'all. That's awesome. Hopefully you guys can see that. Is there a front or a back? Seems probably go on the sides. I don't know. That's great. That is great. I will definitely wear this. Cheers and thank you. What do you think? Does it make me look hot?
Super cute.
Super cute. Does this say anything on it? Corn cob fisherman hat. Oh, that's pretty banger. I like that. I'm gonna put this back in here. We got one more package down there. Mike Cinema, how many miles on the rig? 198,000 and change. I'm watching like a hawk because I want to get a picture when it rolls over. I'll probably get it on video when it rolls over 200,000. Dark night, more moto camping. Yes, definitely more moto camping coming up. I've got one planned, and I have to get my other bike running for it. It's like a chopper show, so we'll see how that goes. Sometimes those guys are a little wild, so we'll see what's YouTube appropriate. But yeah, I'm going to that. Traveler Hill, would I buy another Chevy? I'd have nothing against buying another GM product. I personally prefer the new GMCs over the new Chevys, just the look of them. But honestly, if I were to go buy a truck right now, I'd probably buy a Ford. But nothing is set in stone because Toyotas aren't terrible right now either. Although not that I'm against the electric cars. I enjoy driving the electric car that I drove. But I don't know if I'd buy a new Tundra because, well, I guess they aren't all a hybrid. But I don't know. Probably a Ford. Half Smile, I don't have a story time. I could probably, my stories would get really bad, but I'd want to edit most of them out. One of the hard parts when you're editing is trying not to edit everything out that makes you look like a complete idiot, because anybody that does this for a long time films a lot of themselves just being really dumb. So you got to keep that stuff in there too every once in a while. But Jeff C. Thank you. Cheers, Jeff. Canadian Beaver talking about a sausage party? What is going on in the comment section? I don't say it often, guys, but hit the like button. And if you're watching the videos on a regular basis, definitely hit the like button on the videos. That helps a lot. I try not to fill the video up with that kind of stuff, but definitely hit the like button if you're enjoying the content. That does help a lot. But Fireside, ever think about an ADV bike? Like, yes, dang right I have. I've been watching videos on them on the internet, on YouTube's here for like the last 4 days. Hey wife, can I go buy a Honda CB500X? Can I? Like, yeah. It's like your best entry-level Honda adventure bike? Brat? She doesn't want to give me an answer. But yes, I've been looking at the Honda CB500X. I think that would be a very fun bike, a pretty simple entry-level bike that you could get into to do some ADV stuff. And I would, yeah, I love the 2022 color scheme. Dual discs on the front, standard ABS. Yes, I've been looking at ADV bikes a little bit lately. The Canadian Beaver, what is the look she's giving you? Like, don't put me on the spot. I put her on the spot. See? You want to answer? They know you're sitting here.
Hardtail. Sell the hardtail.
No, because that one has to get running for the show that I have to go to in Iowa. That's the thing. I don't like. She's like, sell this bike, and I don't like selling stuff like that. Well, you know, when it's paid for, like, a lot of people will get rid of it. I can sit there and look at it in the garage forever. And the bike that she's talking about, which I've never really done anything with on the channel, that's not the bike that I rode down south in the last few videos. Yeah, it hasn't ran in a while, but we're getting it running here. It has to be running by the end of next month. So that's going to happen really quickly. And it's going to kill me on the ride that I have to take, but that's fine. So enjoy that one, even if you don't like the bike videos, I guess. Dragon Thunder. I would highly doubt you can see my wife in the reflection on the TV. I cannot, but if you can, I guess. Cheers and thank you. She is very beautiful. Payload, cheers. Yes. Dude, somebody just gave me this hat. I'm digging it. You guys need to go give Paylone Tattoo a follow right there. I don't know. I don't think he has any videos. Maybe he does. He should probably post videos on the internet here. But I've got an appointment with him at the end of the year here. So we'll be seeing him again. And if you guys missed the Vegas video, check out the Las Vegas video if you guys want to meet Paylone. Jim G, yes, it's a hardtail. And I got to ride at least across an entire state to go meet some people for this video, or for this adventure. So yeah, it's gonna be rough. I'm gonna probably try to break that up into a couple-day ride each way. Brim up is better. But like, I remember Cypress Hill, like they always had the brim down. Even not Burt Reynolds, Bill Murray, he even wore the brim down. Should I do it like, because it worked like a cowboy hat? Back, down in the back? I'll show that. I don't know why Balita Outdoors YouTube automatically censored your content, probably because you used the word kill. But snakes and lizards in Florida would be cool, man. I watched a few videos of like people got to go out and do the iguana hunting in neighborhoods like it's a job to keep them out of there. Like, yeah, that would be really cool, but I'd want to eat it. That's for dang sure. And I definitely want to get down there because I would love to catch some peacock bass down there. I just got to do it. Like, I don't know. The older I've gotten, the more Nancy I've become with my money. I think my wife could definitely agree on that one. there was a time where I probably bought like 4 new vehicles in a year, and I'm not trying to brag. That was incredibly stupid.
Not a year, but close.
Uh, yeah, I wasted a lot of money on cars and vehicles and stuff like that when I was younger. Don't do that. It's not a good idea. It's just a depreciating. You rarely ever get your money back out of it. So don't waste a lot of money on a car unless you're really, really, really into cars. Part in a 3-2-1. I'd still try it though. I feel like you gotta just maybe try to cook it different. I'd try iguana in a heartbeat. Kentucky RC, you look like you're about to drop an album with that hat. Yes. Oh, I waste a lot of money on eating out, but that's what my wife and I we enjoy going to a nice dinner if we can. All right, we got a big box here. We're gonna get into the last package. This says it's from Comfort Wheels in Burlington, New Jersey. There should be a note inside it. Let's hope. Packing slip, not a note. Is that a note? That's not a note either. There's no note that says who it's from, but they are wheel leveling blocks, which I could have used in the last video. Oh, they're like little. That's actually really nice. You can get a good, what is that? Probably 4 inches, 5 inches. It's probably about 8 inches right here. That you can get a lift right there. Yes, agree with that. I'm hilarious. I'm hilarious, aren't I? Excuse me, folks. All right, so we've got some leveling ramps. These will work great, and it looks like you can fit them in a pretty small spot. I think I can make room for these somewhere in the truck, and this will actually be really nice to have. I mean, that's a ramp I could pull the car on, because I can't use regular ramps on our car because our car's too low. I could probably get the car on that to do an oil change, possibly. But yeah, these will work great as leveling ramps. I like that you have the multiple layers there, and you got like a good 12 inches of lift. That's about 12 inches, right? So,
No.
anyways, y'all. Cheers. Thank you to whoever sent that. There's no note in here that says who this is from. It may have come from the manufacturer. We don't know, but we're going to use them anyways. I'm going to set those back down over yonder. Oh, all right. Chicago, what's on your head? The coolest hat that I currently own is on my head. And it fits perfectly, honestly. That's the best part. All right, Blake. YouTube hid that comment, probably because it says wieners. Believe me, I wouldn't mind dropping an album. Know what I'm saying? Who makes the ramp? Mills Outdoors? Oh, Zone Tech. It's a Zone Tech ramp. So shout out to Zone Tech. Shout out to whoever sent me those, but we're definitely going to use that. They came from Amazon. Zone Tech wheel leveling blocks for travel trailer levelers. Model TS0007. They got one too many zeros. They should have made it 007. But yeah, if you guys want to check those out, we're definitely going to use those. And I can definitely store those in the truck. In the last video, I didn't show it. Like, I didn't point it out, but you can see the front passenger side tires on one of the fireplace blocks. One of the, like, firing bricks. Chicago Infinity, no, I've never received a case of Dunkin' coffee. My wife would be bummed. She doesn't like that. She prefers the Starbucks. But she might steal some of those from me. I'd have to keep them hidden away. Bailey, am I going to do any motorcycle camping in the future? Yes, I am. We're going to get some motorcycle camping in shortly. I've got one bike trip planned. I am seriously considering buying like an ADV bike. So we'll get to some more bike camping. RJ, was the camera repairable? I did not even. I took it as an opportunity to upgrade. I did not check, much to my wife's dismay. But I upgraded. This was the Sony ZV-1. I upgraded the Sony ZV-E10. But there's going to be a couple videos that come out before I get a new camera, so that should be in shortly. I've got a couple of different lenses, so that's an upgrade because this does not have interchangeable lenses, other than this little stick-on one on the front, which is not the greatest, but it worked. It's all part of it, but we've got a new camera coming. Should be here soon. McCamey 22, yeah, I'll be taking a fishing rod with me. God, I used to take one with me all the time on the bike, and I just don't anymore because the last few spots that I knew I was going to, that I wasn't going to be fishing there. So kind of depends on where you're going. Jeff, do I listen to Harry Mack? I know I've heard that name before. I couldn't say any of his songs, but Kawika, you'd like to see me do a hardcore stealth camp. It would be hilarious, and hopefully you don't get busted. I have 2 great ones planned, and they're going to get done, but they're sketchy. And my wife's like laughing at me over there.
I'm not laughing. You have at least one really good one planned. You just need to do it.
Yeah,
But
I've
it
got
is
a couple
good.
of great
It is
ones
good.
planned, but Andrew Fair, I think you forget the L, and Mav is a good dude. I watch his videos. Bailey, motorcycle camping with the catch and cook. I can probably do that. Dude, I get I do not want to clean fish at camp. Sorry, y'all, but I'll do it. We will get a catch and cook in shortly. I have a different water jug. Like, I usually don't bring anything that has like a nozzle on it that I could wash my hands under. I just got jars that are like a jug of water. So I need to bring I've got 3 big things in the back room here that I need to bring with. I need to bring one of those because that'll make it easier, but we shall see. Yeah, Mills. Cleaning fish at camp is not fun. It's not the greatest. I mean, it's not terrible. You gotta, really have to wash your hands after that. And many times with other stuff that you're doing, like, it's not quite as serious of getting yourself and everything else clean. You make a mess. You have to dispose of the carcasses properly. Around Nebraska, like, you can't just throw those in the lake. You're not supposed to. So if you don't have trash there, that kind of sucks. But if you have trash in the area, you can put them in a bag and throw them in the trash dumpster. But it is what it is. Tony, how do I find all these great campsites? There's a video I just put out recently, like how I find campsites. It just goes over the basics of like what I do 90% of the time. But I follow a lot of different Facebook pages. I follow a lot of different groups that, a lot of times people will post where their campsite is, and if it looks nice, I might go check it out. YouTube videos, people post where they're at, I might go check it out. Like there's a great wealth of knowledge. There's a ton of different apps out there you can use to find free camping. BLM Land, which is Bureau of Land Management. You'd be surprised how many people will get weird about that name in a video. Like, bro, you need to look up what that means before you start talking about it. But yes, BLM Land, Bureau of Land Management. You can sleep on that's federally owned land. Every state's going to have not only campsites, but they're going to have some sort of like wildlife management areas or like forest areas that it's not going to show up as a campsite, but 90% of the time you can camp anywhere on those properties. Most of the time you can't drive to your campsite, but you can camp in a parking lot at the property if it's not terrible. But there's so many places out there. If you don't want to sleep in a parking lot or something like that, they're everywhere. But Chicago Infinity, any shots tonight? I'd do a shot if my wife would take one, but she won't take one. I just got some of the moonshine upstairs. She wouldn't do it though.
Not tonight.
Yes, it's a Monday night. She has to work.
And I had a headache most of the weekend.
Yeah, so I don't think we're doing any shots tonight. I already shotgunned a beer. Hawkeye, isn't Hawkeye? My Heart Is in Montana. Hawkeye, is that MASH? That's MASH, right? Didn't you wear that?
It's also Iowa Hawkeyes.
Well, yeah. But I think they're talking about My Heart Is Montana. Are you talking about the show MASH? You just started watching that, didn't you?
Rewatching it. I always watch it with Jeremy.
It's been a while since I've watched that. Grady Cooper, I've stayed on BLM land a few times now. It all depends on where you're at. Nick versus the University. If you were here, I'd give you a shot of that. Where was the clip at? Oh, when I was with Dave at Fort Robinson when we did the mountain biking. I gave the neighbors a shot. Neighbors came over and took a shot, but they were outside of the frame the whole time and you could barely hear them. But the camera was rolling, so I didn't include any of that in the video. But yeah, I'd give you a shot if you were here. Julian Benson, do I ever want to go cottage on a campsite? I don't know what that means. Chicago Infinity, yeah, the moonshine from the distillery. June G loving the bike helmets. Yeah. Most of these I don't even use anymore. Because you're not supposed to use, like, you're supposed to replace motorcycle helmets every 5 years because of the foam inside of them. These, like this one and the one in the bag behind it, are really the only ones I use. I'll still use this one back here, but that's just a little clip-on face shield. It looks like the orange one right there. It's the same style, but oh, crazy. Be better people, folks. Marvin from Michigan. Cheers, Marvin. Hello. Jumped by the dogs? I don't know which video you're talking about, honestly.
Ruby.
Yeah. Oh, where I was sleeping under the tarp and the dogs came up. Man, I was so disappointed that I didn't get any of that on video. I could go out there again, but I haven't done that since they did that. Like that was sketch, dude. Like I thought one of them might come in there and like I was gonna have to stick a dog. Don't ever want to do that, but it may have came to that at that point. I have never been growled at or barked at like that in my life. And I don't blame that dog at all. It was the middle of the night. I was not supposed to be where I was. They had no idea who I was. Yeah, it was sketchy. That dog was mad. That dog was mad. Mad and scared, probably. Carlos Hernandez, I have never been sturgeon fishing. I'd love to go. Cheers, Betty. Thank you for hanging out. Tim Fish. Hey CQ, love your vids. I know you camp with your dyno. What's the other bike in the garage? It's a Sportster. It's a 2012 Sportster 48. I bought it new and cut it in half within like 6 months. And it took forever to get done, but it's rigid. That one has to be on the road by the end of next month for a trip. So we are getting that back out and we are going to be running that bike. It definitely needs some work. It has not been plated since 2017. I have wrecked that bike once and it has broke my foot. And it's rough, but it's a wild ride and I love to ride it, but yeah, haven't ridden it since I broke my leg. Yeah, we'll get that thing back out shortly. Mick, no, I've never gone fly fishing. I wouldn't mind trying it. I don't necessarily want to buy the stuff because I don't know if I would ever put the effort in to do it again, honestly, around here. But I'd try it. Cheers, Betty. Carlos, come out to Washington, take you mountain biking and sturgeon fishing. Well, hit me up on Instagram. I try to get back to DMs. Sometimes I get busy. Like sometimes it's really hard to get back to the video comments because many times I'll be out there camping when a video comes out and I don't have service. So that's kind of a bummer. Like I hate to not be home when a video comes out because I never know if I'll have service or not. So, and then sometimes I just don't get back to them because then I'm immediately into another video or something like that. So if I don't reply to your guys' comments, I'm sorry. I try to get to as many of them as possible. I read them all the time. There's a lot of comments that come in, but I read as many as I possibly can. Adam, cheers. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. Chicago Infinity. What are my favorite chips to eat when truck camping? I don't know if I've ever had them on a truck camping video. Maybe once. I love the baked Lay's barbecue chips. If you give me a bag of those, I'm eating the entire thing. Every single time.
His crack.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if you guys heard my wife, but they're like crack chips. Like, I just baked barbecue Lay's, I can eat the entire bag. Demon, yes, very Gucci, dude. I'm gonna wear this around a lot, I think. Chilling. This is a good vibe. I appreciate the hat. Anthony, come to Texas. It's hot down there right now. But I would love to come to Texas, hang out in the Gulf. I almost went to El Paso earlier this year. Yeah, it would have been a little earlier this year. Did not make it. Kind of moved that trip somewhere else, but yeah, I'd love to go to Texas. Team One More, you've tried about every mountain house meal. The best is the breakfast skillet and the lasagna, but it needs hot sauce. I like the breakfast skillet, lasagna, or any of the similar noodle meals. But the chicken, what is it? It's a Chinese entree, like chicken lo mein or something like that. Or I think I had it with Dave at his cabin. That one was really good. It was like a chicken stir fry or something like that. That was a good one. Mick McGrath, would I think less of you for camping in a van or SUV? Definitely not. I would love to have one. Being able to pass from the driver's seat to the sleeping area is key. Like one of my next, like if I, the next camping vehicle that has a motor will have that option on it. So no, definitely don't think any less of you. But anyways, guys, we've been on for a little over an hour. I have not eaten dinner yet. The wife's down here. We're gonna go do some of that. I appreciate all the gifts, guys. We'll definitely get into using some of this stuff. Thank you for the leveling blocks and things like that. But I'm gonna go ahead and get this one closed out. I'll try to do another live when we hit 75,000 on here. So send it to your friends and all of that stuff. But I'm gonna go ahead and close this one out. Oh, and I got the for the people, if you're watching, that you sent me license plates. Those license plates are in the mail. Yeah, I got some cool stuff planned. I've got some cool stuff coming up. So tell your friends. And cheers, everybody. I thank everybody that donated. Thank you to everybody that sent in gifts, and really appreciate you guys watching the channel and making my dumb dreams come true and giving me the ability to do this kind of stuff. The next couple videos will be like 3 days apart because I really want to wait till the new camera comes in. And I'll try to get back to the every other day uploads, and we'll get back into it and drive my wife crazy probably. But I love you guys, and I love everybody out there that's supporting me and following along on this nonsense. Cheers to all of you guys. And I'm going to go ahead and close this one out. So thanks again. Hit the like button, subscribe, tell your friends. I love you guys. I got to close it like I started it and crawl under the table because that's how we did it. Oh, jeez. How do we stop it? Do I have to? How do we? Oh, it's on the other side.